after a rough 2 weeks to start the season, Ezekiel Elliott finally got his game where he could produce for us in fantasy, where he's scoring 2 touchdowns, over 90 yards, and got some yards in the passing game, bumping him up to running back 8 on the year. A lot of people are questioning whether he is slowing down at his old age, or if he has a little bit more left in tank. Is Tony Pollard the guy now for Dallas? A lot of people fighting over this on social media, but we do now have some tape on Zeke, and we're going to go over that right now. Here's the first play we're going to cover. This one's in the third quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke, and we're going to just watch him run when we run this guy. So here, he's going to take the snap, and he's just going to be reading his blockers. What he does good, reads the blockers, using his excellent vision here. Play set up for him to go this way. 70, gets a good hat on his guy. He ain't going anywhere. Takes the edge. Notice the footwork here. It's tight footwork. It's not like all world. It's not Hollywood footwork, but it's efficient. And 86 comes here to clear the way. Creates this crease for him to run through. And bam. And he's falling forward, trying to get as much yards as possible. That's what you see with Zeke traditionally every single time. Here's about where we're going to see him take flight. So there is a little burst there, but it's not like as quick as it was during his younger days. But really, what gets Zeke going and what makes him great really is his intangibles, from his ability to read, his ability to block, his ability to just overpower at the point of contact and get downfield. So this is actually a really good play here by Zeke. So I don't have any qualms here. I think this is a great run. It's a gimme play almost. Good blocking by the offensive line, the tight end getting a good block, good steal here. I mean, I could see how it could just not go too well. You kind of had to make a tight turn around this area. We've definitely seen running backs with horrific vision mess plays that are simple up before, so you can't really take it for granted. But for a guy like Zeke, this is easy money. We're going to roll this play back to the first quarter. Another handoff to Zeke, him going up the gut. Let's go ahead and run it, though. So, as you can see, there's a hole opening up the middle. You got your lineman who's set up at fullback. You're going to clear it out. Good approach to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's got a nice little crease here from the run through. Hits that. He's got a backer coming down in on him. He's able to get through that. And then push forward a little bit for a few more inches. Probably about a yard or so, a couple feet. But again, this crease is kind of tight. And is that a little bobble in the handoff there? A little bit. So even with that, that's good concentration. He's bobbling the ball there. Like, is it, or is it in his hand? That's not bobbling. He's not bobbling. It's just Fuzzy does it. He's not bobbling. He's got a good hand on it. So, again, he's decisive here, coming to the hole. And not dancing around. He sees the hole. He knows it can collapse quick if one of the guys loses their blocks. Leverage on 52 has on his defensive line is towards the inside of that hole, but 52's got a good hold on him to prevent him from coming loose, because that's a good block, and he takes advantage of the hole. Backer tries to crash down, runs through that. It's fine. Efficient play. Taking what's blocked. Let's see how quick this looks. I mean, not overly bursty, of course. Like, you're not going to get that from Zeke. He's never really been overly bursty to begin with. But, again, good vision, good compact play, giving you what the offensive line and the defense gives you. All right, guys, so we got another run play here. It's another run up the gut. Not a big gain or anything, but still something for us to look at, to analyze. So we're going to go ahead and run this real quick. We got some pulling action here. They're creating a seal for him to run through, a lane, and that lane gets stuffed a little bit. This backer comes in, and he sees that, so he angles, cuts a little bit, darts or whatever you want to say that to his left, runs through his arms, runs through that arm tackle. Some guys probably would have got tackled there, but he's able to power through that a bit. 91's right behind him. 91 peels off his block or whatever's going on there. Yeah, he peels off the block. Gets a hold of him. 91's in a good spot to make the play here. He slides off. They got two guys on the tackle. 97 finishes it up. So that's actually a really good run by Zeke, because it's not like, what else could he have done here? The hole's right there to run through. That's how the plays ran. You got your pull block here. It's crashed down by two guys. He's just maximizing this opportunity here. He's got to make this guy miss, which he does. And then someone's right there behind him. Big dude. Still gets by him a little bit and has a third guy there just to bring him down. Now we're on to the next play here. We'll go ahead and run that. So we're going rapid fire real quick. So here, he gets the handoff. He's thinking about this hole. Guy's crashing down. Pops it over here to this small crease. 28 still peels off. But he's able to get a decent gain here. So what we're getting here is really good vision. Him seeing the hole, him recognizing that this backer's taking in this hole. It's a good lane here, but he knows he's got a small crevice on the other side. And he's either delayed on seeing this, which I kind of doubt, or he's just selling this backer to suck in so he can take this other side. And he does that and allows him to get the hole right here. Kind of picks 28, but 28's able to roll off of that. But with his momentum going forward, he's able to pick up some yardage. That's a really good run by Zeke. The fact that he cut over late right here to do it and is able to get 28 to come in a little bit more allows him to make this play easier here on the other side. I imagine some running backs, they probably knew this crease was going to come open probably around here-ish. And I think from just analyzing where his eyes are looking at, I think he sees both. And I think he definitely knows where his backer is. So this is intentional. I think a less cognizant running back could have, just ran straight up through this hole and hoped to beat 28 here up this gut. And maybe try to angle out and run the circle outside. Or just dart into this hole and just be met by 28 anyways. So the fact that he was able to slow down, suck him in a bit, make this cut, and it uses forward momentum to get some extra yards is a really good play. Just this very underrated move. Just the little things Zeke does, people don't appreciate. They take for granted. But this is some stuff. This is next level vision, running awareness that you're seeing from Zeke. Now we're going to get to see Zeke run an open field a little bit. The play's already started, but you can already see how the hole's opening up for him to run through, so you kind of get an idea. So scrolling this by, going frame by frame, he sees the hole. He sees green in front of him. There's a lot of green here. Let's see what happens. What was it, like 78's come behind him. He sees a guy crashing down, stops to absorb the contact, and that's it. So let's watch this in real time here. So what could have done better here? What could he have done? So right around here, he could have saw this guy crashing down. He's got decent leverage on this block here, but I think that DB could have peeled off. However, if he had more top end speed, if he was a little bit more bursty of a running back, had a little bit more short area quickness, there would have been a chance he could have popped this outside. It's hard to tell what's behind this play, like what players. We don't have all 22, but there's a chance you could have made things happen. Slowing down, too, is a pet peeve of mine. Like, I get it, and there might have been a chance you could have spun off and made something happen. But on the other hand, you just got to drop the hammer on him. Fall forward. He's in an open field here. I feel like more could have happened here. If it was me, I think the best decision here in open field would have been to kick this one out. It's just the fact that he has lost a little bit of step. You can't argue that. I mean, it happens. You got all those carries at Ohio State. You've had these carries here at Dallas. He's still a good runner. If maybe a few years ago, he probably would have tried to pop that outside and try to maximize this opportunity. Or he was able to be a few more steps ahead of here, been able to lower his shoulder a little bit more, been in a better position. But here, he takes the hit and goes down. But on the other hand, I'm playing devil's advocate. Can't say it's a bad run either. It's a good block. I can drive a car through that hole. You can't say you can't drive a car through that. At least Ford Festiva, Hyundai Elantra, small sedan. You can drive through that. And he's got green for days. But when you're seeing these runs, you're seeing these plays open up, you also got to play devil's advocate and see what else could this player have done. Could they maximize it? Could they have not? I think they could have a little bit, or at least attempted. But all in all, it's still a good run by Zeke. All right, we got another run by Zeke here. And it's going to be up the gut. So let's go ahead and run this play. He's going to get the handoff here. Another good hole. He's running behind a good offensive line that can clear out lanes and just punish the attack. The Eagles' defensive line was getting ate up for days in this game anyways. And he takes advantage of that. He knows how to do that. Good blocking downfield too. And he reads the leverage of his blocks really well. He sees the DBs here, and he knows he has to try and make something happen. So he's going to cut out, which is a great opportunity to do that because you got to get past 89's block because you can't cut over this way because he's going to peel off that block, or could potentially do that. So you're going to run up through here, cut out, and try to avoid this tackler, which he attempts to. Slips through 28's tackle, but eventually gets met up and gets tackled. I don't have any qualms. I think this is a good little cut he makes. And the fact that he's able to run through that tackle and before he meets that last guy is pretty good too. Everything's a gimme on this play up through here. Good job reading the hole. Big hole. The big uglies over here doing their job. It's pretty blocking we're seeing here by the Cowboys offensive line. Something we did not get last year. This is why we didn't get many big games from last year. From him is because the offensive line wasn't there. They were all hurt. You're seeing them open things up for him, making it easy, and as it should. And he's just running up the gut, doing what he does. What I love about Zeke is how he's used in the passing game, him catching balls in the backfield, and being able to make things happen after the catch. And we're going to see that on this play. Just runs out here kind of like in the flat area, catches the ball, and now he's just going to drop his pads, and he's going to win every time. He's always going to get that extra yard when it comes to the point of contact, especially against a DB. He likes to get physical. He likes to drop them shoulders, drop the anchor, stretch out over the goal line. Watch out in real time. Drops it, boom. Aggressive. He's very assertive. Very assertive when it's go time, when it's time to drop them pads and hit. Loves that, loves the contact. Catches the ball well, gets upfield, gets over the goal line. I mean, this is a typical Zeke move, typical Zeke play, and this is what you come to expect from him from watching him over the years. We're going to rapid fire through a few plays real quick just to get another view of Zeke. So here he's going to get the handoff. Good approach to the line of scrimmage. This play is going to be a fun one because it's not like the crease is huge from the run through. He's going to have to try and make something happen. Things kind of open up a little bit. 96 peels off the block. He takes the hit. He absorbs it, right? 96, bigger dude. He puts the shoulder into him, drives him back. You see that 96 getting drove back a little bit and uses the momentum to go forward. Leans out, is fighting for every yard he can get. That's something you want from all your running backs, is them trying to get every yard possible to maximize their opportunities. And that's just a damn good play. Again, there's nothing here. he sees this little crease. He's like, well, I better try it. I better try and get through this crease, which he does. And then here, bam, absorbs the contact, pushes forward, and gets what's given to him. And that's just a good play from Zeke. Here's another play. So it's a pass play. He's on the bottom of your screen. Dak's under pressure. He finds him. Zeke's a great security blanket. He's a great security blanket for Dak here. Look at that move. He's got one-on-one here. Dead legs it out. And two guys trying to make the tackle on him. He's driving him back. Overpowering him. He's still running with good power, good acceleration, good kinetic energy at the point of contact here. Drives it down, chopping them legs, fighting for every inch. And that's what you get from Ezekiel Elliott. You got a guy who can catch the ball in the backfield, who's got good vision, who's very efficient with his footwork. He's not going to razzle-dazzle you with side-to-side movement, lateral movement. He's not going to pull Barry Sanders on you. He's also not a burner. He's not going to score from everywhere on the football field. Those plays are not in him anymore. He's not a guy that's going to give you 80-yard runs, 60-yard runs. He may get you one every year, every other year, or something like that, but that's really not his nature. His nature is he's a solid, nuanced running back. He's no nonsense. If the hole's there, he's going to take what's given to him, and he's going to power it out to get a little bit more. He's got good feet to the point where he doesn't need to move laterally a lot to get that hole to the other side. He can just curve out to get it or whatever. He's got good feet, good vision as well. You can tell he can read his blocks. You can tell he knows where the play's going. And also he's great in pass protection. He's a good player still. He's not dead yet. He has lost a step. He does look slower. He looked slower last year. He looks a little slower this year. It's going to happen. That's just the nature of the game. This is a young man's game. And over time, when you've taken those hits, you've taken those touches, it is going to wear on you. You leave a little bit of yourself out on the field after every game. But to say that he's dust is an overstatement. He can still make things happen. He can still be functional in fantasy football, and still be a high-end running back. I like Tony Pollard too, so stick with the channel because I'm going to have some videos on him too. But Zeke's a good guy to have on your fantasy team still. You do not need to be worried about him. Long-term wise, say Dynasty Fantasy Football, yes, of course. All running backs 25 or older, you're going to have some uncertainty with them. Eventually, the other shoe's going to drop. But if you spend your whole life trying to guess when the other shoe's going to drop on these running backs, you're going to miss out on some years too where they can be productive for you. That's probably what you're going to get out of Zeke this year. He's probably going to have his moments where he does blow up because this schedule is going to get softer. He's going to be able to do some good things for you, and he is going to be productive. He's RB8 right now in the season in PPR, and if he continues to do what he did against Philly, which he's going to have some matchups like that, that's going to sustain, if not go up. So I look for him to have a good season this year and should continue to do so until something happens. But I want to thank you for watching the show, sticking with me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscription matters. It fuels me to keep going over this film with you guys, helping you guys out with your fantasy team and everything else. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.